We are now moving on to finding out about building a B2C global internet business from India. And who better to tell us about this than Mr. K.Ganesh, founder of Tutor Vista. So if I could invite Ganesh to please come up on stage. Ganesh is a serial entrepreneur with 4 successful greenfield ventures and exits across multiple sectors. He manages GrowthStory.in, a platform for creating new ventures with seed capital, strategy, mentoring, and incubation support. Until February this year, he was CEO and founder of Tutor Vista, which was acquired by the US and UK listed education leader Pearson in January. Ganesh.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. Singapore is close to my heart. My daughter just finished undergrad from NUS Singapore in economics. Was part of the entrepreneurial ecosystem here. So Singapore startup and E27 and all of those. Also from Tutor Vista, we along with StarHub in Bangalore, we launched math tutoring. We have done the beta and it's going to go live in June. And by end of the year, we would do science and English tutoring for Singapore students from teachers in India and rest of the world. So thank you very much. Okay, right. So before we start, some of the standard caveats and disclosure from my side. First one is, like they say in financial securities, past performance is not indicative of future. So that's one. And two, all of us being MBAs here and from the IIMs, a lot of it, if it sounds fantastic, fabulous, unbelievable, actually don't believe it. It is like normally MBA, we go ahead and do something. After that, we put some theory and we put structure behind it. So do take it with a big pinch of salt. And if you're in India, my co-promoter, Vipul from Big Basket could have given you a discount on the big basket of salt, okay, right? So you could have taken the salt from there. And also behind any company, and this is my 4th venture, greenfield venture, there are a lot of mistakes, stupid ones that we do. Normally we don't talk about it and we hide it. I do have a slide on some of the mistakes, things that I could have done differently, but that's still only a fraction of the mistakes. And most importantly, while I get to stand here and speak, there is a huge amount of team and people behind who actually make it happen. Specifically in Tutor Vista, I would like to acknowledge the teachers who learned US curriculum, US pedagogy, in many cases learned internet and taught students middle of the night in the US one-on-one to make what Tutor Vista happen. So it's really a lot of work. So with that, disclaimers and my attempt at modesty, I'm going to blow the trumpet here. What we do is using teachers across the world, primarily from India, about 2,000 teachers from India, 600 from the US, and balance 400 teachers from all over the world, some of them in Singapore, Philippines, South Africa, Australia. We teach kids all over the world, again, primarily US. So this is really, my background is not in any field. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done, Tutor Vista is the 4th largest, it is the 4th business. Started in 1990 with a company called IT&T into computer maintenance for Indian corporates, and where I used to interact with Som Mittal, who was here when he was heading digital in India. Then moved on to, in 2000, the call center, the BPO business, what's known as BPO and call center, one of the first call center BPO businesses. And then into data analytics space, where I used to do high-end data analytics for US FMCG marketers, company called Marketex, and finally in 2006, Tutor Vista. So as you can see, all of them are greenfield. They are in different domain space, so I enjoy doing that. And all the 4 are long-standing institutions. The first one, 1990, that I started, it's 23 years now. It is the 4th largest maintenance company in India. It's part of iGate. The call center called Customer Asset is listed in India, is the 3rd largest BPO call center in India. It's listed in the Indian market as First Source. And Tutor Vista is now part of world's largest education company, Pearson. which owns the Penguin and Financial Times business, operates in 63 countries, including Singapore. So with that background, some of the questions that I get asked in forum like this is, what is it that made you start this, and how do you start and sell a company? And I'm going to share some of my thoughts in terms of what the challenges were in building the company. So first and foremost, what really made us do a B2C internet company from India for the world markets? If you see 1990s, it was the time when the IT companies came in, Infosys, the Wipro, HCL, a lot of software development from India for the global market. In the 2000s, where the call center BPOs, back office services for the from India for the US market. That was the time when I was thinking, how do we do something different? How do we do something that we are not an outsourcer, or we are not a vendor to a US company or US corporations, but we own the brand, we directly go to the US consumer. Let me just take a minute to explain that. When Wipro does services, call center services, tech support services for Dell, when a Dell consumer in the US calls Dell 1-800 number, the call comes to Wipro. But when the Wipro employee in Bangalore picks up the call, he doesn't say he doesn't say Wipro customer service. He says Dell customer service. A US consumer would have paid $400 for the Dell computer. Out of that, $1 comes to Wipro. And Wipro does not answer as Wipro. Next time the consumer calls, the call may route to some other call center in Philippines, which is not even a Wipro call center. So I had been in that business. So the idea was, can I change this? Can I be the person who is actually providing the brand, the product or service which is directly in my name? And can I capture the full value? In Tutor Vista, as you heard in the video, the consumers pay $100 a month, the entire $100 comes to Tutor Vista. So that is really a business, direct-to-consumer business model. Also, after doing call centers, I didn't want to have to bus people, have transport people, create food for people, have a canteen at the night, and it was a nightmare. I mean, we had close to about 10,000 people in customer asset. I know managing 10,000 people who come at night and go and providing them food is terrible. So I thought, can I have something simpler business model? That's how this idea of having teachers working from home came in. We have, as I said, we have 3,000 teachers. Our total employee strength is close to 5,000. I operate from a 4,000 square foot office because everybody else operates from their home. This is great because they don't complain about the quality of the food. It is their own food. They don't complain about the quality of the toilets or the way the restrooms are maintained. It's all theirs, okay, right? And also helps the cost is fully theirs, okay, right? So that was really the driving factor behind this. But more seriously than that, what germinated the idea was, this is a 2000 New York Times front page article with my call center business, not Tutor Vista, the customer asset business, where they had featured in front page saying that I'm in Bangalore, but dare not say so because we used to use different names. And when this was happening, there was a lot of jokes about India, call centers, outsourcing, and all of those in the US magazine. And in 2003, one of the cartoons was the father telling daughter, saying that, no, you cannot outsource your homework to India, okay, right? So I had cut this up and put up in my thing, and after I exited customer asset, when I was looking at it, I said, why can't this be done, okay, right? Okay, right? So this is the aha moment, okay, right? And when PBS actually did a story feature on Tutor Vista, I gave them the story, they covered it, they broadcast it in the US. The ending was, before American journalists start making jokes about India, okay, take care because you don't know what may give rise to the next business, okay, right? So that is nice to see. So we have been featured, like you saw, we have been featured in over 200 media. We are covered as case study in seven world's leading management schools, including INSEAD in Singapore and France, including the IIMs and Ross School of Management. Professor C.K. Pravlad's last book, The New Age of Innovation, opens with a case study on Tutor Vista. So pretty much a lot of buzz for the innovative business model. So what's really different? What did we do differently? It is not about offshoring or outsourcing. It is not about our moving a job which is done in US, moving a job to India. No, that's not really a thing. There is a lot of disruptive business model that we will talk about, but essentially 24/7 on-demand tutoring whenever you want. just pay $100 a month, that's it. As many subjects, as many sessions, $100 a month, live one-on-one personal tutor. So that's really the offer. So really the idea was, can we marry internet technology and Indian teachers to create a disruptive business model? What is disruptive about it? Suddenly, an hourly tutoring becomes a buffet kind of all-you-can-eat model. So all that the parent has to pay is $100 a month. Their kids' entire requirements for tutoring is taken care of across all subjects 24/7. So now that is disruptive, because before we came in, personalized tutoring was $30 to $60 per hour. Now at $30 to $60 per hour, the business model fails. And we are all IM people here, MBAs here, so we know. Why does a business model fail at $30 to $60 per hour? One, at $30 to $60 per hour, it's a privilege only of the super rich, number one. Number two, it fails also because at that price point, only if you are really desperate will you go for tutoring. Okay, now that is a defeated business model. Can you imagine young Johnny is struggling in math. He needs help. He's falling 2 grades behind. His parents catches hold of Johnny and takes him to the tutor and say, kiddo, learn fast because I'm paying $60 per hour. First of all, if you could have learned fast, then you didn't have to go for the tutoring. Okay, right? So it just doesn't work. So that is, certain things have to be in a different business model. So we were able to create that business. Second thing from my point of view was I didn't want to compete with the biggies of the business. I didn't want to start a BPO call center or a software services business. Why? The moment if I were to start a software services business, right from day one, they would compare my metrics with the Infosys metric or with the Cognizant metric and Wipro metric and beat me on the head. Okay, right from day one. Tutor Vista, it's a new model. That's true for even earlier business, a new model. Even till today, nobody can compare the metrics of Tutor Vista with anybody else. Okay, right? That gives you a long rope, a lot of opportunity to make mistakes, correct, and then move on. Okay, right? So you saw it on the screen. There is one-on-one personalized tuition with a whiteboard and some voice delivered directly to home. Makes a premium service suddenly affordable. So our dream is each and every household who has got a student in US should have a Tutor Vista connection at $100 a month. Just like they have a television connection, water connection, electricity connection, cable connection, cell phone connection, they should have a Tutor Vista connection. That really, and by doing at $100 a month, we have redefined the addressable market. It is not that personalized tutoring was not there before we came into US. In US, it cost $60 per hour. You had people who were doing it, but that was touching only top of the pyramid. At $100 a month, it became affordable. One of the examples, New York Times carried a story on Tutor Vista where the son of a truck driver was getting tutoring from us. And they said, this is incredible because suddenly now you have made something which is only the rich could afford, affordable. So that's the power of using internet and technology. There is huge amount of challenges when you're doing it for the first time. And we had a fair bit of challenge trying to convince venture capitalists to invest in money. Sequoia Capital did put in $2 million when we started the business. Huge amount of challenges because can Indian teachers teach US students? Will US student parent accept an Indian teacher? Will it work on the internet? What happens at 2 a.m. in a remote part in India at the home of a teacher? The internet fails. All of them are very valid questions. Will you, getting people to a center and teach is very difficult. Getting people to work remotely is more difficult. Getting 3,000 teachers, every day 3,000 teachers log in and teach, take sessions. So it's very tough. What kind of technology platform do you require to be able to do it? All of these are valid questions and extremely challenging questions that we had. And also we work with a very different workforce. For the first time, we went for teachers who had experience. Our average age is 50 plus in terms of the our teacher population. Many of them are computer illiterate. A lot of our teachers, first time they had an email ID was when they started employed with us. Okay, right? Our peak time is 3 a.m. in the morning because that's the best time both for East Coast and West Coast in the US. Internet connection, availability of internet connection. Suppose at 3 a.m. something goes bad, what do you do? It's a huge amount of challenge. And that is what we work towards handling using technology. So a couple of thoughts on what is it that we did in terms of challenges. There are two main challenges in the business. One is obviously the marketing challenge. What is the marketing challenge? How do you convince, sitting in India as a startup from India, how do you convince a US parent to trust you to pay $100 from their credit card? Now imagine, a consumer directly is paying to a startup, on the internet, sitting in India, okay, right? For an intangible service like tutoring, where you don't know what you're going to get. When you buy from Amazon, you know the book you're getting. When you book online airline ticket, you know what you're getting, okay, right? But here you're talking about intangible service to a startup in India remotely for something as personalized tutoring. So it's a huge challenge. So that was singularly the biggest challenge that we did. How did we handle it? From 3 years from start of the business, we became the largest destination site for education keywords from India. That means we used to get 5 million unique visitors every month on tutorvista.com from the world. So that has to do with how do you handle search engine optimization, how do you do marketing on search engines. So essentially, a quick answer is, when somebody types help with photosynthesis or second degree differential equation, the moment he types it on the searches, we would come on top of the searches. Okay, one, that is a natural search. Two, in months, we were the largest spenders on the internet from India, across all sectors, all companies. We have spent $1 million on a month in advertising on the internet from India. So that is our core competency. We manage 1 million keywords on the internet. Out of that, 100,000 keywords are actively managed every day. That means we have a team of people who will bid dynamically every day on 100,000 keywords, the most optimum way to be able to manage and run the business. So that is a huge amount of effort in terms of doing this. The technology platform supports it. The other one is, once you get the traffic, then what do? You're talking about a service. Suddenly, the person is typing for help with photosynthesis, a website comes up, they're not going to pay $100 a month. We have 300 people in India. Because of our call center background, I can do this. 300 people in India whom the moment the user comes online, we get to chat with him on the internet instantly. So we try to convert. So we have used the Indian skills, we have used the Indian cost, we have used the internet and technology and the platform that we have built to be able to address that business. Okay. So on the second point of how do we manage 3,000 remote tutors that are working remotely at early mornings, again we use technology. An example of that. Take an example. It's 3 a.m. in the morning in Madurai, which is in southern part of India. In Madurai, a teacher, Uma, is supposed to log in for a 3 a.m. session with John in Cincinnati. At 2:58, my system will tell me Uma is not logged in. Okay. Automatically, it will send a SMS. It will do automatic ringing to their cell phone and to the landline to alert her. If in the next 1 minute she is not logged in, the system will switch the session from Uma to Gauri, who is sitting in Vijayawada, who can teach 9th grade physics. And at 3 o'clock when John joins, Gauri will say, "Hi John, your regular teacher is Uma. You had last session was in focal length, and she's not able to take the session today. I'm your new teacher. I'm going to start off from where she has left off. Would you like to continue and would you like to reschedule?" Now, all of us have been student. We have never complained when the teacher doesn't show up, okay, right? So we are very happy. We are very happy the teacher doesn't show up. So most probably Johnny will say, no, thank you very much, and do that. Also, the pricing helps. Because it's $100 a month, it's unlimited, he doesn't lose anything, okay, right? But more importantly, the technology will do it. Not only we do this, we have a lot of follow-up. Automatically, we will start tracking at 3 a.m. We have a small center at our office. Why did Uma not join? Number one. Number two, in next 15 minutes, all our future sessions get blocked and get switched to another tutor. All the details of the student, the last session, the recording of last session is sent to the new tutor. And obviously, we take action against Uma. If it happens twice, we just block her. She needs to fix. This happens for a lot of reasons. She's not well, her internet has gone down, her power has gone down, her computer has gone down. At 3 a.m. in Madurai, there is nothing anybody can do. Okay, right? But we do all that. So huge use of technology for doing this, okay, right? We also made, like I mentioned in my caveat and disclosure, there are a huge amount of mistakes that we do. Initially, we used to give a free trial for 4 hours, okay, right? Which we thought was very good, a great way to get students. But later we realized it's a very bad thing, because unless the student used up the 4 hours, we couldn't ask him for money. Okay, right? We reduced 4 hours to 2 hours. Then we said, no, you pay first, okay, right? Then we will do, okay, right? So like this, what seemed, but like I mentioned, when you're in white space, when you're doing something new, when you're not being compared metric by metric with a Wipro or a Infosys or somebody else, you have a lot of leeway to make mistakes. We believed in the honor system. We thought this is going to be education, even if it's $100 unlimited, who is going to take more than what is taken? We got zipped. We had a lot of students, not lot, we had many students in the US who used to pay $100, take the password, circulate it and put it on eBay and put it on the net. We could buy it, okay, right? And for 3 months we went around buying what people were selling so that they didn't have have a discounted thing. So, and needless to say, I don't want to mention here, but the ethnicity and the origin of people in US who did this are all from this part of the world, okay, right? Was that, okay, right? We ran out of money twice, okay, right? But we ran out of money twice. We managed to scrounge around. We managed to pump in and do that. Offline, other mistake was offline to online transition. We used to go and put our free code or promotion code in books. We thought people will buy books, they will see our sticker and will come. It never works, offline to online transition. Obsessed about competition when we did not have to because it didn't exist. And a lot of times we believed in our own BS, okay, right? We used to tell what we told investors, what we used to tell in forum like this, we believed, okay, right? But we learned very fast running a business is that. And expanding too fast before cracking the code. In the second year, we went to UK, we opened UK office. We didn't realize, without realizing UK markets are different than US markets in terms of online behavior. So now we are back to UK as part of Pearson. Lot of learnings in the process, okay, right? Just in terms of understand what your business is. Our business, cracking the code is important before you expand. We were good at reverse engineering. We always knew what we wanted to be and then work backwards to it. Everything is as a startup, everything is magnified 3 times. What does it mean? Any plan that you make, any plan that you present to your investors, it takes 3 times the capital, it takes 3 times the effort, and 3 times longer, 3 times more effort, 3 times the capital to do what you want to do. Never believe in it. And in general, all my 4 ventures have been in white spaces where there has not been any competition, because I like that, because you get more room to make mistakes, learn and correct yourself. Raise capital when you don't need. Despite all that, we ran out of money twice. If we had run out of money, we would have just shut down. The fact that we were valued at $213 million. That's what the price the Pearson paid. Within 5 years of starting from Greenfield Ventures, it takes capital and money and risk taking to be able to create that kind of a business, 1,000 crores in 5 years' time, for which you need capital. So I do believe in that. Okay, right? Have always the end state in mind. We were clear that we are going to go and teach the US student, give him convenient, affordable, on-demand, all-you-can-eat tutoring. Rest of it has to follow on the way. And on internet and consumer internet especially, it's important to do multiple pilot and fail fast. One of the things, we put up the site, we try multiple things. We are constantly experimenting, changing and correcting and what we call as A/B testing in the site. And the intention and the theme is, even if you fail spectacularly, so that at least you are attempting something really large and big. Okay, right? So that's really the key learning. I'm going to leave you with some of the slides that our tutors and students have captured. Okay, right? This has become extremely popular on the internet. Okay, right? So we are more known as Tutor Vista for the some of the sample sessions that we have captured. Okay, right? You can Google that. This is a teacher is giving the problem to the student, saying that solve this problem under root of 2 by 2. Okay, right? And the student has cancelled the 2 and 2 out and actually put the answer as root. Okay, right? So this is actual session. Okay, right? This is Pythagoras theorem. 3 square plus 4 square under root is 5. Okay, right? Okay, and the student says that's a student answer. Okay. Okay. This is actually a joke. okay, the student is pulling a fast one on the teacher. I don't know if all of you can see it. It is expansion, it's part of a larger problem. It's expansion of a plus b to the power of n. Okay? And the student starts writing a plus b to the power of n, a plus b to the power of n, a plus b to the power of n. and and what you can see is very funny, Peter. So the teacher caught it. So this is not a genuine one, but this is a prank played by the student on the teacher. So it's really funny. It's heartrending to see this. This is the last one. Okay, right? This is 1 by n sin x. It's again part of a larger problem. He cancels n and magically 6 appears. Okay, right? Okay, right? Right? And Tutor Vista and today when I meet people about Tutor Vista, they say Pearson, $213 million, 1,000 crore is the largest education deal and in India. And like Vipul mentioned, we talked about exits are very, very rare. It's extremely rare to have exit in 5 years from scratch. That is one. The other thing we are known is for these jokes. Okay, right? So that thing. So last, I would like to end with a story. Okay, right? So. What you see is jungles of Africa. In the jungles of Africa, every day as the dawn breaks in, right, a deer gets up in the morning, and its only purpose in life is to run faster than the fastest lion, so that it's able to go and survive and live. Okay, right? And the same jungles, a lion gets up every day in the morning, and its only purpose in life is to run faster than the slowest deer, okay, so that it can make its day. So the moral of the story is it doesn't matter which IIM are you from, whether you are in India or you are in Bangalore or what you do. If you get up in the morning, you're an entrepreneur or corporate or entrepreneur, when you get up in the morning, you need to be running. Okay, right? Thank you very much. I need to run now.